Hello and welcome to Electronic Cafe Celebrates, and in this particular episode we are looking at an incredible album by Norwegian supergroup AOTY, and the album, of course, Hunting High and Low, released on the 10th of June in 1985. It eventually got released in the US and the United Kingdom, and I think the rest of Europe on about the 21st of October.
The album was recorded at Pete Townshend's Eel Pie Studios in Twickenham in London, and the album was the springboard for AOTY to go on to sell over 100 million albums to date. And Hunting High and Low still remains their most iconic and commercially successful release.
Look, this album was just a massive, huge commercial success, reaching high positions in the charts worldwide. In all, 5 singles were released on the album, but although not all of them were released internationally. Obviously, Take On Me, Love Is Reason, The Sun Always Shines on TV, Train of Thought, and the title track.
Hunting High and Low is a brilliant collection of perfect pop songs with crafty quirks and with a romantic, whimsical bliss. Each song has its own unmistakable and distinctive personality, with no track sounding the same, and to add to that, the unmistakable voice of Morten Harket, one of the best singers to come out of the 80s. Truly a voice of a generation, and I guarantee you, a voice so unique you could pick out Morten's voice in any song ever.
The group were nominated for, I think, Best New Artist at the Grammys in '86, making AOTY the first Norwegian band ever to be nominated for a Grammy. That innovative video of Take On Me, which we all remember, was first broadcast on local Boston music video station V66, and then was pretty much put on heavy rotation on MTV, and that's when things started to change for these guys massively. The single debuted in Billboard the week of the 13th of July in '85 and was heading into the US top 20. It was given an international release. It didn't do so well the first time it was released in Norway, or the first or second time in the UK. So it took 2 releases in Norway to really launch, and the third, finally, with that video, the power of the video, right?
As Andy said, the debut single Take On Me was released 3 times before it was a worldwide smash. How many record companies would do that nowadays? And the band and everyone associated with the band were sure that if it wasn't a success this 3rd time, they were about to be dropped by Warner Brothers.
And it spent 27 weeks in the US charts, became the 10th biggest single of 1985, and got to number 2 in the UK and number 1 in Norway. The video was nominated for 8 1986 MTV Music Video Awards. I think at the 3rd annual ceremony on the 5th of September in '86, it actually won 6, including Best New Artist, Viewer's Choice. The Sun Always Shines on TV was nominated for an additional 3 awards, and they got another 2. They won 2 of those, made a total of 8 wins. I mean, it's incredible. And even as the total number of categories has nearly doubled since then, only Peter Gabriel has won as many of the awards in a single year, which was for Sledgehammer and, what was the Big Town. In February 17th in 2020, the music video for Take On Me reached 1 billion views on YouTube. I think at that time, only 4 songs from the entire 20th century had reached that kind of landmark. I think it was November Rain and Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, and Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, making Take On Me the 5th video from that time period ever to do so.
I remember thinking at the time of Take On Me of how on earth they're going to follow that up. Quite easily, as it turns out, because up their sleeves they had the jaw-dropping The Sun Always Shines on TV, a song just as thrilling, starting as a sad ballad and literally exploding into something phenomenal. A wall of sound full of guitars and operatic synths, and Morten Harket's powerhouse vocals sitting on top. It is indeed quite stunning and one of my favourite songs.
It peaked at number 15, the Billboard's top 200 album chart. The album granted AOTY international recognition. Hunting High and Low achieved 3x platinum status in the UK, platinum status in the US and Germany, and gold status in Brazil and the Netherlands. The album's also included in the book 1001 albums you must hear before you die. And look, for a debut album, it sold more than 10 million copies.
Hunting High and Low is an album full of dramatic synth-pop overtures and classic new wave keyboard riffs, and is also one of the timeless albums that really hasn't dated in 40 years. And personally, I think it's one of the defining albums of the 80s.
So these guys made a statement, made a noise, and make no doubt about it, created one of the best albums of the 80s. I think Morten Harket's voice was just incredible and still is. A great album, check it out.
And can we also take this opportunity to send our very best wishes to Morten Harket?
So strange.